Hello students, welcome to today's class. We all hear many sounds in our day-to-day life. So what is sound? So sound is a form of energy which produces in us the sensation of hearing. So when a body vibrates, the sound is produced. So let us see an activity which demonstrates that sound is produced when a body vibrates. So here you can see a guitar. These are the strings of the guitar. Now the strings of the guitar are not vibrating and we cannot hear any sound. Now we are going to pluck the strings of the guitar and see what changes takes place and how the sound is produced. Now he is plucking the strings of the guitar. You can see that the strings of the guitar are vibrating and at the same time we are able to hear the sound. See, the strings of the guitar are vibrating and we are able to hear the sound. So we have seen that sound is produced when a body vibrates. So these vibrations which is produced on a body, which makes the surrounding air particles to vibrate, and by the vibration of the air particles the sound propagates and reaches to our ear. Now let us see how the sound reaches to our ear. So here we are seeing an activity which demonstrate how the air particles vibrate when a body vibrates. So this is a metal strip with its lower end fixed. So push its upper end to one side and then release it. As it vibrates means moves alternatively to the right and left, producing sound. Now as the strip moves to the right from A to B, this is the mean position. It moves from mean position to right, means moves from A to B. It pushes the particles of air. It pushes the particles of air layer in front of it. So the particles of air in this layer come closer to each other. Here you can see the layers of air comes closer to each other. As a result, a region of decreased volume and increased pressure is formed. This region is known as compression, and in this picture compression is represented by the letter C. Now as the metal strips are returning from B to A, from right extreme to the mean position, after pushing the particles near the strip, the compression C moves to forward and the particles of air near the strip return back to their normal position due to the elasticity of the medium. When the strip moves to the left from A to C, that is, moves from A to C, then it pulls the layer of air near it towards left and thus produces a space of very low pressure on the right side. So this is known as rarefaction. This is known as rarefaction. So rarefaction is a region of increased volume and decreased pressure. This region is known as rarefaction. The air layers on the right side of the strip expand in this region, thus forming the rarefied layers. So this region with low pressure, that is called rarefaction. By the time the strip returns from C to its mean position, C to its mean position, the rarefaction moves forward. The rarefaction moves forward, and air layers near the strip return back to their normal position due to the elasticity of the medium. In this manner, as the strip moves to the right and left repeatedly, the strip moves from right to mean position to right, then right to mean position, then mean position to left. This way it moves. So here alternatively compressions and rarefactions are formed in air layers, and this way the sound propagates. So here the particles, this is the direction of propagation. This is the direction of propagation. This is the direction of propagation of the wave. And here the particles of the medium, are vibrating in the direction of propagation of the wave. Particles of the medium are vibrating in the direction of propagation of the wave. So this type of wave propagation is called longitudinal waves. So these longitudinal waves can be produced in solids, liquids as well as in gases. So due to propagation of wave in a medium, the particles of the medium vibrate about their mean position, and they transfer the energy with a constant speed from one place of the medium to other places. So the sound is propagated in a medium in the form of waves. Now we see some of the terms related to a wave. The first one is amplitude. The maximum displacement of a vibrating particle from its mean position is called amplitude. SI unit of amplitude is meter and a smaller unit is centimeter. Time period. The time period is the time taken to complete one vibration. So one vibration means one complete to and fro motion. That is called one vibration. The time taken for one complete vibration is called time period. The SI unit of time period is second. And the next term is frequency. The number of vibrations taking place in 1 second is called frequency. The SI unit of frequency is hertz. So there is a relation between time period and frequency. So time period is represented by T, frequency by F. Then relationship between time period and frequency is time period is equal to 1 upon frequency, or frequency is equal to 1 upon time period. The next term is wavelength. So wavelength means the distance traveled by a wave. That is a wavelength. Then wave velocity, the distance traveled by a wave in unit time, that is called wave velocity. So there is a relationship between wave velocity, frequency and wavelength. So this is a relationship. Wave velocity is equal to frequency into wavelength. So these are some of the terms and the relationship between them. So today we have discussed the topic sound. So what is sound? Sound is a form of energy which produces in us the sensation of hearing. And how the sound is produced. Sound is produced only when a body vibrates. And sound is propagated in the form of longitudinal waves. In longitudinal waves, the sound propagates in a medium by making compressions and rarefactions. So compressions are the part of the longitudinal wave with less volume and more pressure, and rarefaction is the part of the longitudinal wave with more volume and less pressure. In longitudinal waves, the particles of the medium vibrate in the direction of propagation of the wave. And we have also seen some of the terms related with the wave. So in next class we will continue this topic.